So now you can see in this question that this is about the problems on discounted cash flow. So it can be the problem of two-stage growth rate model or three-stage growth rate model. So here they are given you the current dividend on equity share of a Vertigo Limited is 2 rupees. So here they're talking about the equity valuation, not a firm valuation. So the valuation, when it comes, we can follow equity valuation or firm valuation. So here they're giving you the current dividend. So current dividend, you can show here the techniques of valuation what we follow, which we call the discounted cash flow valuation. The same discounted cash flow valuation is called as dividend discount cash flow model. Okay, so your present dividend is 2 rupees. Okay, the company is expecting to enjoy above normal growth rate of 20% for 2 years. So it will grow at 20%. It will grow at 20% for 6 years. So I believe this is a time period of super normal growth rate. Thereafter, the growth rate will fall and grow at 10%. So thereafter, the your growth rate is 10%, and that 10% will be from seventh year to infinity. Okay, because we believe that the firm will remain for infinite time period. So the equity investor required rate of return of 15%. So your WACC or cost of equity is 15%. You can understand this. So what is the intrinsic value of share? So you can understand this is the question of two-stage growth rate model. So if you want to determine the price or intrinsic value, price or intrinsic value, as I told you, when it comes to corporate valuation, so the we are trying to determine the value. Value can be intrinsic value, market value, book value, fair value. So the different terms are there to analyze the how we can determine the worth of the firm. So the intrinsic value under this two-stage growth rate model. So here I'll, instead of writing free cash flow, write dividend, because it's a cash flow, right? Ultimately, what matter is the cash flow. What you need to write, that is 1 plus your G1. Okay, so divide by 1 divide by KE minus G1. Okay, the same thing what I told you before, 1 minus 1 plus G1 divide by 1 plus W, not WACC. Here only they're talking equity valuation. So 1 plus KE to the power N plus your dividend 1 plus G1. This will be for how many year? For 6 year. Then 1 plus G2, then divide by KE minus G2, and then 1 plus WACC to the power N. So we'll follow this formula. By using this formula, ultimately what we do, we'll determine the worth of the firm. What is the worth of the firm? WACC to the power N. Clear? So this present dividend is 2 rupees, and it is growing at 20%. Divide by, this is 15% minus 20%, then 1 minus 1 plus 20%, divide by 1 plus 15% to the power 6 for 6 year, right? It will grow for 6 year. Okay, then 1 plus, this is 2 into 1 plus 20% for how many year? 20% for 6 year. Then 1 plus 10% divide by uh divide by KE. KE is 15%, G2 is 10%, then 1 plus 15% to the power 6. So this will give us the value of the firm, or not the value of the firm. Here this will give you the value of the equity. Okay, we are doing dividend discount model where we are trying to determine the value of the equity. Like the way we find the value of the equity, like the same way we can find the value of the debt also. So the debt can be amortizing debt instrument, debt can be non-amortizing debt instrument. So when it comes to loan and other financial debt options available. They're mainly amortizing debt instrument. That's why we have that concept of EMI and all there. So this you just need to solve this. This will be 2 into 1.2. This will be minus 0.05. Okay, then 5%. No, then this will be 1 minus 1.2 divided by 1.05 to the power 6 plus 2 into 1.2 to the power 6 into 1.1. Then this is 5%, 0.05, and 1 plus 15% will be 1.15 to the power 6. So this you can solve it. You can use calculator. 2.4 into 20. I think 2.4 into 20 will be 48. If I'm not wrong, you can check with calculator. So 2.4 divide by 0.05. So this is minus 48. Then this is 1.2 divided by 1.05. 1.05, no, 1.15. 1.15. This is 1.15 to the power 6. So this will be 1.2909232 something. Plus this is 2 into 1.2 to the power 6, 2.985. So you can solve this. So 2 into 1.2 to the power 6 into 1.1. This divide by 0.05. This divide by 1.15 to the power 6. So you'll get 56. You'll get is 56 point. This I solved this directly. 56.8000624 something. So you can now you can solve this part. 1 minus 1.290932 minus 1 into 48. 13.96. This is 13.96, 13.96, 13.9643 something plus 56.8000624. So if we add them, so this will be 56.80062. So this will be around 70.764 something. This is the value of the equity as per the dividend discount model. So you can follow this formula. By using this formula, you will get the answer. See the steps. This is the formula for this formula I used for the two-stage growth rate model. This is mainly called as two-stage growth rate model because we know that the equity follow going concern concept. So because we know that the equity follow going concern concept, so the firm will be there for infinite time period in the future. No matter what will happen to the management, they'll keep on changing after every definite time period, but your equity will remain for infinite time period. So for certain year, it was growing at the rate of G1 percentage. So then after that, constant growth rate model started. started growing at the constant rate. Clear, everyone? Anyone, any doubt? Okay, guys. Anyone, any doubt? Any question, anyone? The same thing what we did like this way, the same thing if you would have done simply again for 6 year, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6. For 6 year, you could have determined future cash flow, future value of dividend. So it was 2 rupees, it was growing at 20%. You're getting right, 2 rupees growing at 20%, like this. It will grow for 6 year, right? 2 into 1.2 to the power 6. Like this 2 rupees, it will grow at 20% for 6 year. And the cost of equity for this will be 15% is your cost of equity. So you could have determined the present value of this. Present value of this, you could have determined how you could have determined 2 into 1.2 divide by 1.5 for year one. Sorry, not 1.15. 1 plus 15% means 1.15. This is the present value for year one. Second year, the present value would be 1.2 square divided by 1.15 square. Present value for year two, like this. You would have done 2 into 1.22 to the power 6 divide by 1.15 to the power 6. If you would have done the sum of this, if you would have done the sum of this, sum of 2 into 1.2 divided by 1.15 plus 2 into 1.2 square divided by 1.15 square, like this. If you have done that for 6 year, 1.2 to the power 6 divided by 1.15 to the power 6. If you done this for 6 year like this, the sum total of this will be come around 13.9643. Are you getting this, guys? Are you getting this? So if you understand maths, these all follow GP, geometric progression, where your ratio of the growth is nothing but 1.2 divided by 1.15. That is your GP value, growth rate value, ratio, constant ratio value. You're getting it. So if you know basics on GP, you can easily understand what I'm talking about. This is coming around 1.0434 something. So if you follow the sum of n terms in GP, 1 minus r to the power n minus 1 by r minus 1. So if you use this, a is your first term, 2 into 1.2 divided by 1.15. Then your ratio is 1.0434 to the power. How many years are there? Total 6 years, minus 1 divided by 1.0434 minus 1. If you solve this, you'll get the same answer. You can try this. Clear, everyone? Anyone, any doubt? You can check this. So clear, everyone? So this is the example of two-stage growth rate model I've given you. This here I by using this formula, by discussing the equity valuation formula, I try to explain you the concept of two-stage growth rate model. The same thing what we can use even for firms also for doing the equity valuation or the firm valuation there. So there will talk in the term of free cash flow. If I only talk in the consideration of equity valuation, then I may talk in the term of free cash flow to equity. Free cash flow to equity is free cash flow to firm plus whatever the new debt issued in the market minus if any interest or if any principal amortization anything is being paid. So year and or in year basis, if you find it out, discounted at the present value and all, okay, and then you should do the sum of that. That is the worth of the firm. So and that is the worth of firm under equity valuation, under equity consideration. The same logic we are using here. Here we, instead of looking at the firm perspective and the value of equity for the firm perspective, we are analyzing a particular company stocks, how it is trading in the stock market. So that is that we do in comparative valuation technique. So whenever we do comparative valuation technique, then we follow EVA, economic value added, or we will use compensation based parameters. This will help us to analyze the firm, or this will help us to value the firm. Clear, everyone? Anyone, any doubt? Anyone, any doubt? Fine, guys. So this much I will do now. You have another class, so please go to that class. Thank you, everyone. Bye, everyone.